What I've done is made a simple system in which there is only one disease. So now we don't have to worry about thousands of diseases. There's only one disease. Well, if our doctors say that there's thousands, how can I say that there's one? Well, here it is. See, all of us are made of little microscopic units of life called cells. A cell is a unit of life. A bacterium is a single-cell organism. It's a unit of life. Algae is a single-cell organism. It's a unit of life. All of us started life as one single cell in our mother. So we started life as a single-cell organism. And now we're multi-trillion cell organisms, and we think of ourselves as a body. But you know, that's wrong, because you really aren't a body. What you really are is a community of trillions of cells acting together to make you who you are. The basic unit of life is the cell, not your body. So it's all about the cells. So what is disease? Well, disease is when a cell is not functioning normally. When a cell is malfunctioning. Now, when you were one single cell in your mother, if that cell was malfunctioning, you were sick. And it's the same thing today. When you have cells that are malfunctioning, you're sick. And the more cells that you have that are malfunctioning, the sicker you are. So, disease is a malfunctioning cell. And there's only one disease, a malfunctioning cell. Now, so all the other diseases simply don't exist. Cancer doesn't exist. Arthritis doesn't exist. Diabetes doesn't exist. None of them exist. Now, it's okay for you to use those words in conversation for conversational purposes. It's okay to say, little Johnny has a cold, because that conveys to me that little Johnny has the sneezies, and then he's going to have a cough, and we know what's going on. It's okay to say Aunt Susie has diabetes, because now we know that she has a sugar problem, a blood sugar problem. So it's all right to say that so-and-so has breast cancer, because now we know what they're experiencing. So for conversational purposes, it's all right to use these terms. It is not all right to use them for treatment purposes. Because if you use them for treatment purposes, then you believe that there is such a thing as diabetes, and you're immediately defeated. Who can cure diabetes? Yeah. Who can cure cancer? Who can cure Alzheimer's? You can't. You can't. They don't know how to do these things. Don't know how to do these things. So you defeat yourself when you talk about who can cure a cold. You defeat yourself when you start using these words therapeutically. So start thinking completely differently. I used to see people all the time when I lived here in California, and I would know what was wrong with someone before they came through the door, because I know there's only one disease, malfunctioning cells. Now, the doctor doesn't know that. They have to go into the doctor has to do all sorts of fancy testing, and then the doctor finally comes back and says, you have diabetes. Well, what good is that? It's a useless piece of information. I knew what was wrong with people before they came through the door, because if you're sick, you have malfunctioning cells. So what do you need to do? You need to change those malfunctioning cells back into normal cells. And when you do that, whatever is wrong goes away. Diabetes disappears, the Alzheimer's disappears, the cancer disappears. It's so simple. So all you have to do is restore the cells to normal function, and whatever is wrong goes away. Isn't that nice? So if you start to incorporate this kind of thinking into your mind that there is only one disease, then you're on the way to winning. Well, if a cell malfunctions, why is it malfunctioning? Well, there's only two reasons, just two. Either it's not getting everything it needs to function properly, which we call deficiency, or it is getting things that are interfering with its normal machinery, normal communications, screwing up things. We call that toxicity. So there's one disease, malfunctioning cell. There's two causes of disease, deficiency and toxicity. This is the essence of this very simple system. And once you incorporate that into your thinking, the power is awesome. Because otherwise, disease is very mysterious, very complicated. Nobody can deal with it. Your doctor can't deal with it. So you're lost. You're done. If you're sick, you're done. I mean, nobody can help you. All the doctor does is suppress your symptoms at great expense, great economic expense, and also great expense to your body. So let's say you have high blood pressure, and the doctor says, well, I'll give you a pill. And so they give you a pill that poisons your kidneys and lowers your blood pressure. Or they give you a pill that poisons your heart, lowers your blood pressure, poisons your nervous system, lowers your blood pressure. And you say, success, my blood pressure's down. Well, no, you're being poisoned to death. And by the time you're on 3 drugs, there isn't anybody on the planet who knows what's going on in your body. Your body is now in biochemical chaos. So if there's only 2 causes of disease, deficiency and toxicity, and you're taking poison, you're adding to toxicity, so you're making yourself sicker and sicker and sicker, and by the time you're on 3 drugs, you're in biological chaos, and health is when your cells are functioning normally. Disease is when your cells are in chaos. So modern medicine keeps people sick, makes them sicker, and kills them. The leading cause of death in the United States is medical intervention. Medical intervention kills about 1 million people a year. What other industry would be allowed to do that? You know, I just flew out here from Florida. What if the airline industry killed over 1 million people a year? Who would fly? I'd drive out, I wouldn't fly. Yet our doctors kill over 1 million people a year, and people go to their doctor and think nothing of it. Think twice. So that's the situation, and people are making wrong decisions. All you have to do is keep your cells functioning normally, and if they're not, restore them to normal function. And there are different approaches to doing this, and I call them the 6 pathways, the 6 pathways. The first pathway is the nutrition pathway. You have to deliver to the cell all of the raw materials it needs every day. That's your job. You are delivering the groceries. You're a grocery delivery person. That's your job. And if you don't do that, you're going to be sick. If you are chronically short even one essential nutrient, you will eventually get sick. So your job is to deliver the groceries. So that's the nutrition pathway. And there are certain foods that you absolutely have to get out of your life because they're so deadly and so dangerous. Sugar is number one. Sugar is a deadly metabolic poison, deadly, deadly poison. Get it out of your life, totally and completely out of your life. You know, the biggest problem with sugar is that when you eat it, you do not immediately fall over dead. Because if you did, you wouldn't eat it again. And because you don't fall over dead, you continue to eat it, and every time you eat it, it does more permanent damage. And by doing this permanent damage, it ages you, makes you older. So every time you eat sugar, you get older. Well, getting old is an enormous mistake. An enormous mistake. And we are accelerating the aging process every time you eat sugar. So get it out of your life. Get the wheat out of your life. Wheat is a deadly poison. Get it out of your life. Get the dairy out of your life. Get the processed oils out of your life. Processed oils. Go to the supermarket, get down the aisle with the oils, look at all those oils. All of those oils will kill you. So don't buy them. Don't eat them. And then walk down a little bit, there's salad dressings made with those same oils. Those kill you too. But it's just a side effect, so if you don't mind dying from them, it's okay. I call them the big four. The big four, sugar, wheat, dairy, processed oils. Get them out of your life. That's a big step forward. And then more fresh vegetables. Organically grown fresh vegetables, and you are so blessed here in the Bay Area where you have easy access to organically grown fresh vegetables. I live in Florida, which is a wasteland. There's no food in Florida at all. And here you are blessed with easy access to good food. So the next is the toxin pathway. There are three things you have to do with the toxin pathway. We're all toxic waste dump sites. We're over the top, absolutely over the top. And toxins are now a major cause of disease. We're measuring people now with certain toxins that exceed what we know causes disease in animals. So the average person is a toxic dump site. It is causing disease. You have to stop that. First thing you have to do is stop putting toxins in. Learn where they are. In my books, I have whole chapters on toxins. Learn where the toxins are. Stop putting them into your body. You want to reduce your pesticide load? Get rid of the meat and the dairy in your life. You just reduced your pesticide load by 80%. How easy was that? You have to reduce the amount of toxins you're putting in. Number two, you have to support your body's detoxification system. So you need to give raw materials, again, from your diet, from supplements, to support the detoxification pathways so the body's able to get rid of toxins. Vitamin C, very important to the liver detoxification. You need adequate amounts of vitamin C every day. Number three, you have to get rid of existing toxins that are already stored in your body, and for that you have to sauna on a regular basis. Saunas are now a household necessity, and it is no longer a choice as to whether you want to do them or not. You must do them or you will be sick. So we're now over the top in toxic load, hundreds and hundreds of toxins, all bioaccumulating in our bodies and getting up to concentrations where they are so screwing up cell function that we're all getting sick from them. The only way we know how to reliably get rid of these oil-soluble toxins is with a sauna. So you need to start saunaing on a regular basis, and you need to learn how to do it. And I explain how to do it in my books. So there's your three things with the toxins. Stop putting the toxins in, nutritionally support the detoxification pathways, and three, get rid of stored toxins with saunas.